Hello everybody, welcome to Airgun Ace. I am Tanner, once again joined by my friend Brad. Brad, how are you doing today?
Doing great.
That is excellent. I am always glad when you're doing great. So today we have in front of us a product by Crosman, the Nitro Venom Dusk. It's got a kind of a cool name to it, I think at least. So we took this gun out to the range earlier and shot it, and I already had an opinion about it because I had shot this gun before, but that was Brad's, I think, your first time shooting this gun. So tell me what your thoughts were as you shot this.
Yeah, so I did enjoy shooting this rifle, but there are a few issues that I had. So the trigger is super stiff on it, and it's got a long creep in it, just a couple catches. But another thing is I noticed so this is something to be aware of if you're setting it down on a tree or a bipod or a shooting bag. When I set it down, if you set it down just lightly but hard enough that it makes a little bit of impact, this barrel it doesn't lock very well. So that's something to address and to be aware of.
Yeah, that locking comes with some advantages and some disadvantages, like Brad said. If you're not careful with how you set the gun down, then the barrel will break again and your shot will be... I'm not sure what would happen, honestly, but it probably wouldn't be good. And I can almost guarantee that you won't hit the target. But it does make it easier to break the barrel initially. But that's a little unfortunate on this gun because the cocking mechanism was stiff.
Yeah, it was actually really stiff. As far as the stock goes, it is a pretty comfortable stock. You got your Monte Carlo design. And it does sit pretty well, feels comfortable against your face, and it's fairly comfortable to hold. But again, with the trigger, it's just a super long trigger as well as has a lot of creep in it, and it's really stiff.
Yeah, and this gun does come with some nice features as well. There are some things, again, that we dislike about it, or at least thought could have been improved, but I'm always a fan when there's a rubber butt pad on these guns, because sometimes the manufacturer won't put one on, and it's not really necessary because you're not shooting a fat piece of lead at several thousand feet per second. But the spring in a lot of these guns will push the gun into your shoulder, and it can hurt if you're unprepared for it. So it's always a nice touch when I see a rubber butt pad on a gun. It's also worth noting that this is one of the few air guns that I've seen, that has a Picatinny rail stock on the gun, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, it's another nice feature because it gives you that security for your mounting your scope, and it's your only option on this rifle since there are no open sights. So it gives you a little more assurance that you can lock that scope down and it's not going to move on you.
Which is pretty important, because if you're in the airgun world a lot, you know that springers can be hard on scopes. The double recoil can throw your scope for a loop. So it's nice to see this on a gun. Another nice feature about this gun that I like is the nitro piston on it. For those of you who aren't aware, a nitro piston, also sometimes called a gas ram, is a tube of compressed air that simulates the action of a spring, allowing you to have a smoother cocking action and less vibration in the recoil when you shoot the gun. It doesn't change the double recoil, but it does make it smoother.
Yep. Overall, though, this is a pretty decently shooting rifle. Just your basic polymer stock, nothing fancy, but it does sit well in the hand and is comfortable to shoot.
And we were fairly accurate with this gun as well.
Yep.
But as always, I do go into more detail on airgunace.com, so feel free to join us there. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.